Ankle sprains, one of the most common injuries in all of sports. So ankle sprains can range from, low level sprain to a high level sprain. So depending on the severity, you need to treat it. You need to know what to do. So you need to know what rehab to do. You need to know how to treat it with compression. You need to know what to do as far as icing and, believe it or not, heating. So we're going to go over all that today. And as always, apply pressure.
One of the key components to the Lakers winning a title. LeBron, ooh, down he goes and he grabs his ankle.
Type of sprain, because it's like an inversion where normally sprain, you turn it the other way. He turned it in. Those are can be really painful. I'm very curious to see how he responds. After he's trying to stay on the floor right now.
And he's going to shoot from the corner. Got it! He stays in the game and he drills a three.
So first of all, you'll need some type of band, a resistance band. So right here, I have like kind of a TheraBand. As you see, it's a little flexible band, real thin, paper thin. Then I also have my big band that I use, for stretching and things like that. So you can use either one. You need to initially put compression on it as soon as possible. If you cannot get ice, if you can get to ice right away, you get ice. So right here, we have our bucket of water that it had ice in it, melted by now, but we got ice that we put in there normally. And you want to do that for about 2 to 3 days. In the first 2 to 3 days, I would say you need to ice anywhere from 3 to 5 times to kind of take all that swelling out of there. And then from there, you want to kind of start, as the swelling goes down, you want to start rehabbing it. So for your ice bath, we said that we need to do this for about 2 to 3 days when it initially happens, depending on the severity of the sprain. So I'm not going to put my foot in there because I want you to be able to see it. But while your foot is in the ice bath, you want to kind of maneuver that foot around. Now, my ankle is swollen. I got hurt myself about 3 weeks ago, and mine was really bad. Probably should have been broken, but because I've been training through doing a lot of mobility exercises, like my ankle, it's had a really bad sprain, which I'm thankful for. So I've been able to walk, haven't been able to fully run and put pressure on it yet, but I've been able to lift and everything like that. So I'm slowly working my way back into it. But when you throw your foot into the water, you want it so the foot is sitting in that water, in the bucket of water. You want to move it and get some movement going. You want to go plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. You want to take it inward, outward, and you want to try to get it going in a circle. So you want to keep that movement going so it's just not sitting in the ice bath stiff. Now, for the ice bath, I recommend about 20 to 25 minutes sitting in there those first couple of days. And remember, 3 to 5 times in those first couple of days are crucial. That's going to take a lot of swelling out of there. Once is not going to help. Now, if it's a light sprain, you just kind of like stumbled over your own ankle and it's not too bad, yeah, once or twice a day might help. But if you had another force impacting, like somebody landing on your ankle and you turning it water underneath it, that's kind of a little bit more traumatic. So you want to do 3 to 5 times a day to take that swelling down. And like I said, while it's sitting in there for the 20 to 25 minutes, you kind of want to get that rotation and mobility going. So once you finally upgrade from that, you want to get your band. You can use the like a TheraBand type that I had earlier, but I like using the thicker band. So I'm just going to show you the basic couple movements. You want to do about 3 to 4 sets of this to kind of get your ankle strengthening back up. You want to start slowly into this. So if you can't push through 3 to 4 sets, only do 1 set each way and then work your way up to 2 sets each way and so on up to 4. So first one, and remember, you want 25 reps of everything. So right here, all I'm doing is I'm pressing down. I'm pressing down, getting it moving right here. So from there, I want to take the band and I wrap around my foot again. And now what this is going to do is it's going to start putting the resistance now. So now I was pulling and pushing down. Now it's actually going to put the resistance this way. Or if you could tie it around something heavy and just kind of get that upward motion going. So now I'm getting that upward motion going while I'm pulling down to get that opposite force. So from, like I said, 25 reps each way. From there, I want to spin around in a circle. I want to go counterclockwise 25 times, and I want to go clockwise. And then now I want to get that ankle going inward, and I want to go outward. So I have it tied around. Now I want it to go inward. We're just strengthening every single which way that the ankle can go. This is super important. And side note, like, not only should you be doing this, you know, if you have an ankle sprain, but you should be doing this just for mobility purposes anyway. This is how you prevent bad ankle sprains from happening, because your ankle is so strong already that when it takes an unusual shock or trauma, it's strong enough to bounce back. Now, I'm not saying that it won't be swollen, or it might not be a slight sprain, but it won't be as catastrophic as it could be. Like I said, my ankle probably should be broken. I should have had, you know, surgery in the cast from the impact that I took and how I landed on it. But because I do my mobility things, it's just like a grade 3 ankle sprain, which is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as being broken and immobilized for months. So from there, like I said, you do each which way there. You want to do that like twice a day. And after you get done with that, that's when you want to let it relax for about 5-10 minutes, and then you want to throw it straight in that ice. So now you had your ankle, you've been doing your rehab, you've been icing it for 2 to 3 days. Now here's the kicker. Now you want to have your hot water in there too. So we got our hot water right here, and we got our ice. So what you want to do is you want to take about 24-25 minutes. You can go, you might be able to push it out to 30 if you need to, but there's really no need to. You want to start off, now you want to start contrasting. So when you're contrasting, you're going to be literally throwing in the cold water, throwing in the hot water, and going back and forth. Now what that's going to do is that's going to open up the blood vessels, close the blood vessels a little bit. And what it's going to do is actually provide like a massaging technique to the ankle to kind of take that swelling out. Now remember, when you first initially have the injury, you want to throw it straight in ice 3 to 5 times a day for 2 to 3 days at first. And then after that 3rd or 4th day, you want to start moving to this technique, and you want to move to this technique for as long as it takes to get back to 100%. So you start off, you throw your foot. Initially, you throw it in that hot water for 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm just showing you real quickly. And then you move it straight to the cold water. You throw it into that cold water for a minute. And then you will go back and forth. You will go back and forth. You throw it back in the hot water and then back into the cold water. And you want to do this, like I said, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 1 minute. And you go back and forth until set the timer on your iPhone or your clock or whatever you have, and let that go off. But this is going to be super important towards the end, because this is going to help remove that swelling and kind of get that blood flow going and massage the muscle, so that way you can be fine. You don't want to sit on a sprain too long, but you know, a lot of athletes face this problem. And the biggest thing is, yes, this is like, rehabbing is a job, but it's something that you need to do to get back to 100%. No one wants to sit out with an injury for longer than they need to. So this is very important. So hopefully this helps you kind of recover from your injury. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask us, DM us or comment below, and we'll see you next time. And as always, apply pressure.